Monday here at Witches of the Moon, and I am your hostess, Blythe. This week's topic is about spirit animals, totem animals, and I actually try to do a really quick search on the difference because I've heard that there is a difference, and I'm not quite sure of the difference. So I'm just going to use the term spirit animals for the purpose of this video. So what spirit animals do is they are very similar to spirit guides, where it would be spirit guides of the dead, of your ancestors, or whatever guide that you have or has been called to you or you've called to yourself. But spirit animals really encompass the embodiment of the animal as a whole. So whereas your spirit guide would be one particular person or being with particular personality traits like everybody has, your animal spirit would be kind of the embodiment of the animal in general. So usually when you would talk about your animal spirit, most people would use a capital because it's just kind of the embodiment of the animal in general. From my personal experience, what they have helped me out with is just different guidance and guidelines in my life. So if you don't know who your spirit animal is, the best way to find out is to do a meditation. And you can probably, I did a guided meditation, and you could probably find them multitude of places. Find something that you're comfortable with and do a guided meditation, and whatever animal comes to you, speaks to you, that is your animal spirit guide. Also, I've also heard that if you've always been drawn to a certain type of animal, let's say you have a collection of frogs and you've always been attracted to frogs or owls or dragonflies or whatever it is, you've always been attracted to those animals, that is probably your animal spirit guide. That is just the way it's kind of manifested into your life. You've kind of formed this collection of this animal. So those are the two ways to figure out which your animal spirit guides are. You can also have some that are with you forever and some that come and go. One that has been consistent and constant in my life is the buck, and he came to me in meditation as a buck. I am aware of the term stag. He was very evidently male, always is in every meditation. The antlers, the rack changes, but he's always male. And so that always sticks with me. And from the messages that I get from him are directly from him in the meditations, whatever message he has from me. And also, what you also want to do after that is you want to look up, you can do a very basic internet search and look up things and see if there's anything else that the animal has to say that may be relevant in your life right now. To me, that is more kind of when they come and go and they're temporary, because I feel like if the animal is going to stay with you, you're going to talk to it, you're going to have a conversation with it. So whatever message, it's going to be a personal message. So I have noticed, I do live in an area where we do have a lot of deer, and I have noticed that there's a lot of times when mostly when I'm driving and just stuff is going on in my head, I'm just driving and I see the deer, and that just tells me that everything's going to be alright, for the most part. When I see them, I take that as a sign from my from the buck that, you know, everything is going to be alright, don't worry so much. And it instantly calms me every time I see them, and I always watch them. Something that has been kind of a conundrum in my own personal life is then consumption of venison, because my father is a hunter, has always been a hunter, and is not readily available, but is available at times. So that is another decision that you need to make when you figure out your animal spirit guide, if you want to continue to consume animal. There's two different takes on this. One, people feel like there's more the Native American way, where as long as you give thanks and everything else, you're kind of consuming also like the knowledge and everything else, and as an honor to be able to do that. And some people feel like there's no way they would ever consume their spirit animal, especially if the animal is actually edible. Obviously not all of them are. I have noticed that when I had, this hasn't happened for a while, but when I had problems and I did one of the meditations, this huge tiger face was right in my eyes. And, I was expecting to see my buck, and I saw the big tiger. He scared the crap out of me, really. And the buck was in the background, and I got a little concerned because I thought maybe he was leaving me, because it was kind of in the beginning. And throughout the meditation, there is this journey, and the tiger was right next to me, and the buck was still there with us too. So that told me that the buck was kind of a go-between, I guess, the buck, to make me more comfortable with the tiger, because he was a male, and he was fierce. And I only saw him a couple times in the meditation, but I took his messages and his strength and had to deal with the things that I had to deal with. And he actually didn't last very long. He didn't stick around for very long. There was one instance where I was actually at work, and I started to fall asleep, and I heard this loud roar in my ear that startled me, and he just kind of like telling me, you shouldn't be doing that right now. I also, at another point in time, had a panther come to me, a female panther. Now, with cats, with the buck, it's a male if it has a rack. With the cats, there's no physical way to know unless you're, down there. But I just knew. I just knew. And so I saw the female black panther, and she didn't say anything to me in the meditation, but I looked her up on the internet, and it was a big motherhood thing. So I took that message and applied it as it needed to be applied, and it was extremely relevant into what was going on at the time. So, and that is the only time I've ever seen that panther, ever felt that panther around me. So there are some that come and go. You can have multiples. As far as I know, it's not like too many, maybe 2 or 3 that are consistent and constant with you, but I've never heard of people having like a lot of animal spirit guides. So, in a way of honoring them too, basically, if I had the opportunity and the ability to, I would do more to take care of the local deer. As it is, I try not to spook them when I see them. And, especially if they're in my yard and they're just grazing and stuff, and if I notice they're trying to cross the street, I will stand by my door, and I can't see the cars, but I can hear them, and I will wait until I don't hear the cars, and then I will make a lot of noise and spook the deer so they run across the street safely. It's just something that I've been doing for years. I'll just, and actually, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, we actually had a mother deer give birth to 2 babies in the yard, which was really awesome. And that was way before I even knew about my animal spirit guide. So, that is a good memory to have. So, that's what I got. Another one of the things that I did to honor the buck is it's all the way on the other side of my altar. But I actually purchased one of the totem animal sets from Joey, and that has also helped me in honoring too. I've found a heart, and also somebody sent me antlers as well, which was amazing, and I did a video about that on my personal channel. But there's just little small I haven't been able to find any kind of images or statues or anything of the deer that are not crazy expensive or that I actually like, and it's all females with their babies, and mine's male, so it's been a little bit harder to find that, but it's been, and it kind of tells me that I don't need it in a way, so you don't really need that in order to connect with your animal spirit guide. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday and a blessed week, and have a good one.